All right. Sorry about that. A little slower getting on. Welcome to Pine Grove News Live. We're on the East Coast, northeast New England, southern New England, actually. So God bless everyone. I hope you're doing okay this Thanksgiving Eve. Bet you smell a lot of pies cooking and other really scrumptious things. Turkeys being prepared. Yeah, that's what's going on here. The pies are already been done, but I don't know. My wife is in charge of the turkey this year, okay? And I do not remember her cooking a turkey. Well, probably in the first couple years of our marriage, maybe. But it's been a long time. I mean, it's there's not much to cooking a turkey. I mean, depends on, spices and stuff you put on it. I don't put spices on it. I mean, I stuff it with bread and other secret ingredients to have stuff in. And you prepare the turkey, you clean it, put tin foil over it to cook for a little while and then take the tin foil off. And in between that, you have to keep undoing the tin foil, getting a little, one of those big eyedropper things so you can baste the chicken with, Get the juices and pour water in there and mix it all up and spray and squeeze that, the juices all over the turkey. Because, it'll taste like a turkey. That's the hardest part, is basting it, they call it. Of course, stuffing, gets a little complicated, takes a little while, but other than that, you place the turkey, you stuff the turkey, place it in the pan, and put it in the oven, and wait. Baste it. Anyway, I hope that you are with someone this Thanksgiving. I hope your family is home, and if they can't be, get Skype maybe, talk to each other that way. And there's other avenues to talk to your loved ones over a phone or a computer. There's all kinds of stuff, Periscope, and some crazy thing that I've tried that I cannot remember the name of. In any case, going to go over my notes, and it's Wednesday. I want to ask one question, though, before I continue with the notes. Anybody else go through some kind of lazy day today? I mean, I found out later in the day that my wife was experiencing this as well, and it could be, an environmental thing around here. I don't know yet. I mean, they have been heavily chemtrailing this area in the past couple of days, too. I even took pictures of it. I'm not sure which phone it's on, but because I just transferred the phone stuff to another phone. But anyway, yeah, just walking around in the room or apartment that I'm painting where I'm working, and I swear, if I could have fell asleep standing up. My eyes were closing. I could barely keep them open, and when I do close them, I mean, if I, didn't fight it, I would have fell asleep standing up. Tried to sit down a couple times, and believe I did nod off here and there, and that's just not normal. I mean, I usually go through my 2 or 3 o'clock afternoon wind down thing before you get a second wind, but this is very unusual. I'm just wondering if anybody else is experiencing it. Maybe, there's something that they've, or the powers that be, whoever it may be, or whatever cause this is happening, this seems like there's a big uptick. Big uptick. In any case, let's go over. So, just so everyone knows in the beginning, because this is usually when I get the most people to listen, is in the beginning, and then they turn it off. So, if you're on Mixler, obviously you hit the, if you want to follow this and get email updates when it goes live, you hit the follow button down there on the bottom left. I believe it's the second button where it says followers, or maybe that's not it. It's there somewhere. It says follow somewhere. I can't see it because I got this other thing over the right side of the live page. Or if you listen to on YouTube, which we'll go check right now and see if it's live, you can also just click that. I don't have the bell showing on mine, but maybe. But hit the subscribe button. Usually you can hit a bell to be reminded, get notifications. Maybe I don't have it set up that way, but I usually put the reminder on Facebook anyway. And I have a sister who's been very nice to me and has put the notifications in other places. I want to thank her for that, Laura. So let's see. And there's a couple big things that are happening that they actually put on mainstream TV. One of them is the chemical plant explosion. I have a video of that on my phone. I'm going to try for the first time to actually play it here on my PC and see how that goes. I did a trial run and it worked okay. And it was from Fox, and supposedly, at that time, which was probably 3 p.m. Eastern time, that it was the first images supposedly, coming in from that site in Texas. So, yeah, and there's a couple updates from that also. At 3:14 p.m., there was a shelter in place ordered for that. Let's go see if I can cue that up anyway. Let's do this first. Okay, gotta make sure this gets out. Fair Use Act. I'm doing it just for the news and for teaching, and so I'm allowed some use of that material. And so let's go see if we can get this out. Let's widen it up. There's a still of it, but I have a video of it. It's about 2 minutes, and I'll play it in a second. I just want to continue to go over my notes, give you something to look at over there on YouTube. So I thought there was a second update. There were additional explosions afterwards too. I saw that as an update, but I didn't write it down. Well, anyway, let's continue with the notes. 19-year-old from Australia, from those fires that are going on. Apparently, volunteer fireman. He's being charged with 7 counts of arson for starting the fires. Apparently, yeah, he started the fires and then, I guess he was bored. I don't know. And then went to join the team to help put it out. That's too bad, though, because I have an update from there. I don't know if y'all remember seeing that on mainstream media about the koala bears. I actually saw one video that was pretty, disturbing. I mean, felt really bad for that koala bear just walking around where the fires were. His fur was on fire. But, on the show, he was picked up and brought in. So unfortunately, that koala bear died, and I heard that they were endangered species, or at least an area there was, and now there is no longer any koala bears there. At least that's what I got from it anyway. And this is something we already knew, but this is going to go along with another article I have about. Americans, we're a dying breed. I mean, there was such a decrease. It's just in the negative numbers for the amount of, new Americans that are being born. And then they come out with this statistic on mainstream media. This is basically on Fox. I don't watch any other ones unless it's to see what idiocy is on. But so more Americans dying at younger ages as well. And it's just the plight that we're in, man. That's the reasons, we pull God out of everything that we do now. He's no longer here. We tossed him out. We evicted him. And so this is what you get in return. So these Americans not only are, we're not, we're going in negative numbers, but they're dying at younger ages because of drugs, this supposed opiate epidemic that basically was perpetrated on us, suicide rates and obesity, and mainly there was like 6 states that were really big in this. Connecticut was not one, but there were 3 or 4 northern New England states, New Hampshire, Maine, maybe New York, I'm not sure. And then you got the Ohio and Ohio Valley and the 4 states around Ohio there. And anyway, so let's go run this video of the explosions at this Texas chemical plant.
These toxic chemicals billowing into the air. Now, it's kind of the same as you see these
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me do one thing, because first of all, I can't hear it. I can barely hear it, and you're not. I'm going to go turn this thing on, which hopefully you'll be able to hear it from there, but it's not going to be very legible. It's quiet. I can't turn it up. So let me get back there. Let's see if I can. Turn it up. Nope, the other way. Turn it up. Okay, let's go.
fire complexes where the tires will burn for days and weeks and sometimes months because of all that rubber. So you have kind of the same chemical reaction here. The U.S. Department of Labor identifies the chemical as extremely poisonous. And on that note, we should say there are evacuations all over this area because, as you can see from the dark smoke right there, nobody knows how long this is going to burn. Often in these types of cases, you can't really put the chemicals out, so what you do is you try and surround them, put up a perimeter, and then let the thing burn and try and cut off the fuel source. But a lot of times, yeah, we've got new video of explosions. I want to show you this. We talked about this earlier, and look at this. Look at the power. I just want you to listen.
Yeah, power enough to throw that silo or whatever it was up in the air.
Hear the power of that? Did you see the one kind of piling shoot straight up in the air and then fall back down? And the black smoke really is kind of indicative of how dangerous this fire is. It means it'll burn for a while. It means it's toxic, and that's why you have these evacuations in and around the area of Port Neches around Thanksgiving. This clearly is a disaster. The most important part of the story, of course, is there are some injuries. We just don't know the severity of the injuries right now, and to be honest, we don't know the cause of the initial explosions that led to kind of the chain reaction of explosions down the road. We expect there will be more, and so do authorities, which is why they're trying to get people out of that area, surrounded with a perimeter. And the pictures, when we show the thick black smoke up there, it's spreading far and wide. So it's not just designed to this area. That smoke is going to billow, and Houston is 80 miles away. You have some other major areas that are away. Again, this is a repeat of the last explosion. Some of the not live pictures, but the tape pictures of that. So this smoke is going to affect a vast swath of Texas over the next 48 to 72 hours, and this fire could burn for quite some time. We will bring you updates on the fire, the injuries, and the cause as we get them.
Yeah, so there you go. And in the beginning, I did hear that there were at least 2 or 3 dead, and mostly all the other employees were accounted for. So, and like I said, that was picked that up at, I don't know, 3 p.m. Eastern time, and I'm sure there are updates. In any case, another chemical plant, huh? Wonder why the chemical plants. It's either a chemical plant or it's a processing plant. Yeah, we're at war, everyone. I hope you know that. Yeah, that's what we talk about here. So let me turn this thing down until we need it again, because we will need it. I'm going to show you another video that's pretty interesting. We're talking about the, the maybe this common deception. Okay, people have their opinions on what that may be. Okay, but we're that now the pilots of these commercial airliners, even Navy pilots, I guess, are now able to talk about what they see, and so we are getting. It seems like anyway, an increase in this. Obviously, these sightings. I mean, there should be a lot more, and I'm sure that they're waiting to start the increase of that. But we're going to show you a video that I got from Marfoogle News. It's pretty interesting, and it goes along with another story that we have. But anyway, you remember this story? Remember this one? This is just an update for this one. The Japanese, they're going to have their Olympics in 2020. So that is still going on, I guess, at least if Japan is still there, right? I mean, with all their earthquakes and things that are going on there, I don't know. But remember that these Japanese, they sent up satellites already. So they're already up there. That's what I heard. So this meteor shower, this is the title. New satellite will fire artificial shooting stars into the skies. Okay, now this is different. They're talking about shooting stars into the skies, where before they were talking about firing different colored balls that look like comets coming down from the sky. So I don't know. Should be interested in any case. So you didn't miss it. I thought that they did it last year or going to do it. I thought the Olympics were last year. I don't watch them. The Olympics, they're pretty much boring. But I think I might watch this one just to wait. Especially the open ceremonies. I mean, maybe they'll have this shower and we'll be able to see it. But it just goes to show you people, right? That if they can do that, that there are other things that they're faking. Now, you remember that one from that guy who showed us about the fires there in California, and at the same time, there were things flying over the fire, apparently shooting down something or an explosion at the ground level when the supposed plane or meteor, because they called it, it was actually a satellite that flew over, Neowise or something like that. But, because people, in my opinion, I mean, if you're going to call something a meteor that flies by on a continuous basis is what I'm trying to say. But it was actually, I think they're just putting satellites up there, calling them meteorites or meteors or whatever, and they're actually satellites. And these satellites probably are the ones that are shooting down these DEW weapons, these DEWs, direct energy weapons. In any case, we're still following those stories. So this Japanese company is gearing up for the world's first artificial meteor shower, as it will send the satellite into space to produce shooting stars in Earth's atmosphere. The stories that I heard before were that they already did. I don't know if they did it as a test, but in any case, Tokyo-based startup Asteroid Experiences, ALE, it's created a microsatellite. And you hear about a lot of these microsatellites now. They're microsatellites. It's very interesting. Maybe because they don't got enough room up there with all the other satellites. Which will be placed into Earth's orbit and release 400 tiny pellets, which replicate shooting stars as they hit the planet's atmosphere. The company revealed the first show will take place over Japan in 2020, but after that, private companies and governments will be able to put out a meteor shower anywhere and anytime. So this satellite, known as AL2, will also be able to produce different colors. So there you go. Fascinating amount of technology they tell us about anyway. I mean, obviously they're quite a few years ahead of that, and things that they're not telling us. Oh, come on, man. Every one of them. So with that in mind, let's asteroid warning. This is from the Express, home of the Daily and Sunday Express. And you know what these papers are, right? So, asteroid warning. NASA tracks a 22,600 mile per hour space rock heading for Earth. Will it hit? Oh, I don't think they'll tell us if it'll hit. So, it's a misleading headline just to get you to read it, I suppose. I don't know what this is. It's hardly ever about the story, and it won't stop. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to delete that right away and or do a refresh. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Shocking moment that man beats possessed woman. So that's what's going on there in the video. But so asteroid trackers at NASA have revealed a rogue space rock which will approach Earth this weekend. Stay tuned, folks, too, because it's not the only thing that is not normal. We got another, I guess, interstellar rock that is not normally seen in our solar system. Is not from our, it's out of our solar system coming through. But anyway, and that's what happened this summer. We'll get to that. I believe I got that article as well. So this asteroid that's supposedly coming over the weekend, its close approach alert arrives only one day after the U.S.-based space agency NASA first spotted the space rock barreling in Earth's direction. Dubbed 2019 WH2 by NASA, the asteroid will likely be closest to the Earth on Sunday, December 1st. Alien life shot. Yeah, they mapped. They have so much money that we give them, or it's donated, or both. Forget the homeless. I've heard another story about the homeless too, but somebody suggests that these homeless people are going to be put in your homes, my home. That is a solution. It is a solution. How we're going to implement something like that, I don't know. I hope it's not like the immigrants. You remember that in Germany? They did this in Germany. Merkel let these immigrants stay in already people's homes in Germany who are already living there, have lived there, for who knows how long, their homes, and they let the immigrants stay in homes, either with the owners or without them. That's what happened to Germany. I have video of it. One or two residents complaining that they were kicked out of their own house to house the immigrants. So anyways, this speeding rock has been tracked by astronomers to determine the asteroid's mass, speed, and direction. NASA, never a straight answer. We still consider that to be true. Or, give you a 90% lie and then 10% truth. Where have you heard that before, right? I think it's just another one of the devil's tools, and he's got many of them. Got many. He confirmed the asteroid tracker site, near-Earth object. It's asteroid tracking site, and I think that's JPL, I mean, Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Let's just go there for the heck of it and see where it brings us, okay? I think it is the JPL. Asteroids, comets, meteors, and meteorites. What's the difference? That's a good question. I've asked that before, gotten an answer before, but I don't think I can remember. Yeah, so there's the list right here. Meteoroid. A meteoroid. Much smaller rocks or particles in orbit around the sun. Meteors. If a meteoroid enters the Earth's atmosphere and vaporizes, it becomes a meteor, which is often called a shooting star. Meteorite is a small asteroid or large meteoroid. Survives its fiery passage through the Earth's atmosphere and lands on the Earth's surface. It is then called a meteorite. Only if it lands, I guess. Asteroid. The rocky fragments are leftovers from the beginning of our solar system. According to scientists, how do they know? Do they watch it form? And comets, cosmic snowballs of gas and dust that make sweeping orbits around our sun. Anyway, I've asked the other questions that no other people normally ask. You know, like, how did they get a picture of our solar system? How do they get a picture of the Milky Way? We, humans anyway, can't. Well, in any case, that there's only been one or two, or the Voyagers, I guess, reached the outer, limits of our solar system and is now traveling in, interstellar space, if that's what I remember they call it. So if, and they've only done that, last year or the year before that? Maybe it was earlier. But anyways, how do they get pictures of that? How do you get a picture up, or to the side so far and then take a picture? They can't even take a picture of the Earth, apparently. I don't know. So you think that they got a picture from the Apollo missions? Yeah, I don't think so. Why don't they show them? They're not pictures. They're artist renditions. In any case, that's another whole story altogether. We won't talk about that. Conspiracy theorists. So there we go. CNEOS.jplnasa.gov. Neo-Earth close approaches. And I'm going to keep that one and put it in my utility folder. And as you can see, this is the one that they were talking about. I used to know these things. Actually, they probably even magnitudes. Yeah, it'll tell you somewhere in there what those things are. Jet Propulsion Laboratory, where I was at, there is different data that you can look at with different, abbreviations and meant different things, obviously. So, all right. Let's move on. Yes, it's also from the Express. Remember, we were talking about all these different moons that I have never heard of until, at least past 2 to 5 years. I mean, they've got a name for a particular day on a particular time of the year for these full moons. They're naming every one of them. I don't know why they're doing this. I've never heard of a cold moon before. I'm sure it's cold. It's out in space. Well, supposedly. It could be in our atmosphere. Right? The flat earthers. If it's a flat earth, it's probably in our atmosphere with the sun too, right? Because in Enoch, it talks about the sun and the moon going in and out of their gates. It doesn't talk about going around and around and around, does it? Yeah, so you're welcome, flat earthers, even though I don't believe in either one of them. Both of them have their pluses and both have their minuses. In any case, cold moon 2019. When is December's full moon? What is the meaning of the cold moon? So this full moon will rise in December, with December 12th set to see the lunar satellite. Now they're calling it a satellite. Okay, so looming over the night sky. When is the December's full moon? What is the meaning of the cold moon? They're going to tell us here. Hold on, let's see this. I haven't played it yet. I haven't. You know why? Because it's not even about the moon. Plan for the X-59 aircraft. I mean, anyways, the coming full moon has been described as a cold moon, only because it's in, winter. Aptly named considering it comes in the coldest month. I don't know about December being the coldest month. I think it's more like January, maybe even February. Anyways, the 12th full moon of the year will rise on December 12th. That's very interesting. Remember those numbers. The 12th moon of the year. Okay, one for every month. The cold moon has several other names too, including full moon, full cold moon, or full long night's moon. All right, anyways. Yeah, sorry about that. Getting a little crazy here with darn names. Why everybody has to name everything. Just let it go. From the World Tribune, Hong Kong voters smashed China endorsed protesters, 71% turnout. Yeah, this is could be good news or bad news if you live in China and they are on that social thing. I know some places are. It's not. They say it's not everywhere, but it will be. That social scores thing where I don't know. I heard an interview, very short interview with some guy who, purposely didn't care, and I guess he did something, stole I don't know, some papers. I forget the story, obviously. But now he can't take trains, can't do other things. But in any case, voters in Hong Kong on the 24th overwhelmingly chose pro-democracy candidates over their pro-communist China foes. So the people of Hong Kong have spoken, 71%. If you abandon Hong Kongers and our struggles for democracy, we will abandon you in the ballot box. Hong Kong Democracy Council, an anti-communist group, said in a statement following the election. Sunday's vote had a 71% turnout, up from the 47% 4 years ago in the same elections. Fox News reported that the winners were former student leaders and a candidate who replaced prominent activist Joshua Wong, the only person barred from running in the election. How can you have a fair election if somebody can be barred from an election? In any case, I hope that that's a sign of progress over there. Maybe if they turn to Jesus instead of Buddha, maybe that would help too. And maybe that would help us. So let's get into this, okay? So we'll read the title. Officials baffled from a hovering object that prompted a lockdown in D.C. So security officials on Capitol Hill are still puzzled by what sparked the security threat to be issued Tuesday morning that put both the White House and the Capitol on lockdown. The incident caused an abrupt security situation with jets being scrambled and officers warning people outside Capitol facilities to stay far away. The U.S. Secret Service said personnel at the White House were told to remain in place. I heard that twice today. That's what they said about the chemical explosion. Is that we don't know what the H it was, one security source told Fox. Officials said the alert could have been sparked by birds, a drone, or possibly a weather anomaly. Yeah, you're going to freaking scramble jets for birds. You know if it's a swarm of birds. They're really pushing that narrative, If you ever listen to Never Lose Truth, which, I'm taking a break from. I'm just tired of her swearing and yelling and boo-hooing all over the. But anyway, she has caught some, amazing footages of these, what do you call them? NetRad, Doppler radar signatures and stuff. I mean, stories where the weather persons were actually calling a supposed swarm over a certain area, either bugs or birds. It's just crazy that they were actually think that we're stupid enough to think that this swarm that they're seeing, which it was created or generated from these Doppler radars, there is a process there, and she's good at explaining that. Or let's see, Mike Morales does that. Plain Truth. Well, he might do some of that once in a while. One Pacific Redwood, I believe it is. He does it for the West Coast. It's just, crazy. But anyway, stay on the subject of these supposed USO, or what are they? UAP, UFO. Anyways, the security officials received different information regarding the location and speed of the object in question. Officials heard it was hovering and were given knots measuring its speed, sources said. Fox News is told by security officials that the situation went to Aircon Orange, which means a suspicious aircraft piercing the Washington security bubble. But security personnel are only supposed to stay at Aircon Orange for a few minutes before either upgrading the alert or downgrading the problem. Neither occurred Tuesday. And they were allowed, let's see, but Capitol Police sent a notification for a potential threat shortly after 8:30 a.m. People were allowed back in after about 30 minutes. So I don't know why the code was issued and then not retracted in either way. But this is the same story, different site, unidentified flying object. Over the White House triggers Aircon Orange as jets are scrambled but cannot catch the mysterious hovering aircraft. Slightly different response, where others, this one was from End Time Headlines originally. You see, Fox News. So where is this one coming from? I usually tell you that too. I guess they're not. Fox News. So same source, two different opinions that prompted lockdown in DC. So anyways, that happened Tuesday morning. And it is now Wednesday evening. But I wanted to show you this. This is a video that's, this is Marfoogle News. He's also called Marfoogle TV. Got a bunch of different sites, but anyways, this one is 8 minutes, 34 seconds. I'm not going to play the whole thing. Just going to play what this guy sent in that he supposedly captured, and I don't remember how he captured it. But I want to show you it because it's very strange, and I haven't seen it anywhere else. I don't know why it's not being shown anywhere else. I even went over to Secure Team, over there where he's, excuse me, where he's, normally usually has these things. And anyways, but he didn't have anything over there. But anyways, I'm going to show you, I guess it stopped right at the beginning where it starts again. So we'll just show you this and just let them talk.
It looks like an airplane laying down a trail, but it's not. It's too far up there.
Now, which video should we be on?
UAP.
Okay, I found it. So this is R55. I have out of all.
See, now you got to watch this and pay attention because they do mention it briefly, but they don't go into it. Why? See, this one, I believe, is the one that came through this, whatever this is, and they don't mention what that is, just a trail from something. Looks like a whatever, but this apparently shoots through this trail, cuts the trail in half, and goes by, while this one is flying up here. And I don't know if it's the same object, but they've got at least two different things, in my opinion, flying around here, and I don't see it anywhere else.
All my viewers and Foogle family members, he is always looking up. He is watching the sky. He is a watchman of the sky, you could say. He literally has hundreds of videos on his cameras. I mean, like, this guy always has it. So let me put this through.
See that?
That's copyright. Right.
Oh, you cut it off.
Let me see here.
That's just.
Now, what are we looking at here? This is something coming down in the sky.
All right, let me go turn this on. I know I didn't turn it back on here in Mixler. Let me turn it on so you can at least hear what they're talking about. And let's see. Hey, Laura, just noticed that you came in. So, okay, that sounds up. So let me play this again so you can hear it, hopefully.
Sky?
Right. It's going through our atmosphere. I don't know whether it's actually coming down, but it might be skimming across our atmosphere. It looks like it's coming down, but if it came down, we would have known about it.
So something.
It's actually
That's
looks
what he
like
said.
It's coming down, but it's going away.
What was that?
Sun. Yeah,
Something just crossed through it.
I know.
What the
And
hell
then
is that?
shot back that way. It's like
Dude,
it went through and then turned around, shot back that way. So
Weirdest thing. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
what in the world?
Another object.
What in the world?
Zoomed out. I know. It's just
Okay.
going up there.
now, see, I don't know if that was a second object.
Bam.
Holy crap. I'm serious. I was not expecting that. That is actually crazy.
Oh, I know.
Okay, hold on. Folks, I don't know if you guys are seeing the same
There went
thing.
another.
Look at this.
Yes, we are, Adam.
I've got it in slow-mo after this, or before that. At the very end, it's in really enlarged and slow-mo. Frame by frame, I put it on.
So if you guys don't know too, he has a, I want to say you have a Nikon, or do you have a, you have one of those high zoom. Yeah, the
So,
Nikon.
Nikon V500.
Yep, super zoom camera. It's basically meant for these super zoom shots. Now, when you see this black object come through, it actually, you can see it cutting through the trail, like it was a game to it or something. Look at it.
I know.
There we go.
I've played this thing over
And then something shoots back there. See that?
And then another object flies through the frame too, and I blew that up.
Yeah, look at that.
Weird. It's a huge. I don't know. It looks like a huge saw.
Okay, well that, I thought maybe that was a bug, but this cutting through,
No.
it looks the same, and look, it's physically cutting through the trail of whatever else was landing. I mean, this is actually wild. This is a really good find.
You had a show here a few days ago, didn't you? About something about meteor harvesting, or they're going to be trying to do. That almost looks like something.
Holy
Could
moly!
be a meteor coming in.
Look at that.
Maybe they're already doing it.
That is.
So I'll leave you the link like always. Got it on YouTube. I mean, they do the close up and the slow down. So You can basically just keep looking at it. It's just very, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. So we were talking about this earlier about birth rates. This is from Daily Mail. U.S. birth rates hit 30-year low. Deaths are outpacing babies born as fewer teens get pregnant and women wait longer to have children. It's not just that. Men are becoming infertile and women are physically, their bodies are aborting the babies. Forget the name of that, but there's a couple names. But that's happening. So anyways, these goes on, give you some figures. Rates declined 2%. U.S. needs 2,100 annual live births in order to replace its population, according to the Centers for Disease Control. And the average age women have their first child hit a record high of 26. Well, that's good that they're thinking about it, but I don't think that that's all the problem. Because I know, you've also had somebody, well, what's the figure now? It's in the millions, or is it in double digit figures, the abortion rate yet? I think it might be. So you're not seeing this number lower because I believe it's for that reason. Yeah, and I'm just put this out there, just, show you the arrogancy of these politicians. Michael Bloomberg, this is from News Punch. I'm definitely going to heaven, no matter what God says. That's the arrogancy, and, obviously with that mindset, yeah, there's only one place he's going. It's not heaven. It's not. And I'm just leaving this link for you. We talked about this. They've mapped Titan. So NASA unveils first global geological map of Titan. I mean, we don't even know it's mostly in our oceans. I mean, you see, ridges and fault lines and stuff like that. I don't know. At least they haven't told us yet. I know in any case. So there's a link to the watchers. That's all they show you. That's it. And what those lines mean, what those colors mean. Dunes, labyrinths, plains, lakes, craters. So they're very interested in these moons. And there's this is Titan. This is one of the moons of Saturn, right? Anyway, there you have it. And obviously we've had a 6.1 earthquake that hits near the coast of Greece. And remember that there were two of them. There was one in Albania 2 days ago, and then they had one that went north. That was Bolivia, instead of guessing. Anyways, so I don't know. Things are rocking and rolling over there. Some people say that it's unusual for Albania to get something like that, but they're not far from Italy. It's like a stone's throw in geological aspects, I guess. And Italy has quite a, they're known for their earthquakes. World Israel News, Omar is in the news again. She denies report that she's serving as a Qatari agent. She says that it's outlandishly absurd. I don't think so. I don't know what she's still doing in office, and this is the problem. Yeah, she was elected, I guess, whatever, but she should be in jail. If the stories that are out there and the people, who report this stuff have any credibility to those stories, she should not even be in the news anymore except behind bars. I mean, lied to get into the country, married her brother, I guess, to do so, and so on and so forth. And there's much more. I do not know. I don't understand these things. They throw it out in the public into your face, and then they just allow them to continue to do what they do while she, puts Israel down. And I don't, whatever. And we all know about the storms that are coming across the West Coast. Winter storm Ezekiel. They're saying it could be a harbinger of America. Really? Apparently that's going to reach us here by Sunday. They're calling for snow showers on Sunday. But tonight they're calling for rain and very high winds. So I know that was up in the Midwest just recently, a couple days ago, I guess. But apparently the snow is having its impact. The most powerful winter storm to hit the West Coast in ages has been dubbed the Winter Storm Ezekiel. And this historic storm is going to make Thanksgiving travel, yeah, of course it is, absolutely nightmare for millions of people. So I'm still, looking at that stuff on the Weather Channel here on the mainstream. And I'll look at it for the AccuWeather, but yeah, it's snow and it's cold and things are not the same. Things are changing. Things are getting worse. And we talk about it all the time. The storms, their intensity. It's just breaking. Anyways, I had to open up. I'm back in the book of Hosea. I'm going to go to Job 37. I got some studying to do. I couldn't finish it last night, obviously because I was distracted from things that I shouldn't be distracted with. And it talks about, God, he's the one that is in control of everything, the weather, all that stuff. Yeah, he can use man to manipulate it, to do his will, because the Lord will take whatever man makes for evil, and he will definitely, at his will, turn it into good, make it good. All right. Absolutely. And so this one, let's see. This is, I guess it's Science Alert. It was actually attached to another page, but I wanted to see the pictures because I didn't have the picture. This is an actual picture, supposedly. I don't know, see how they can get it that close. But anyway, astronomers reveal stunning new image of the interstellar comet coming towards us. This is the one I was talking to you about. So they said that they spotted it in August. Mysterious object shooting through our solar system on a strange hyperbolic trajectory, implying that whether this thing it wasn't from around here, or whatever this thing was. So subsequently, analysts confirmed this visitor from deep space, now designated 21 Borisov, probably who found it, was only the second interstellar object ever detected in our solar system and the first comet, and we just got a brand new close-up of it. So a team of astronomers from Yale University captured the stunning object of the 21 Borisov on Sunday using the WMK or KIC Observatory Low Resolution Imaging Spectrometer in Hawaii. There it be. Yeah, it's a white ball with dust and whatever around it. That's typical. Round, right? It's round. I mean, that's weird. Yeah. Anyway, so that white ghostly shroud surrounding the icy comet, which is currently drawn near to Earth, it's called a coma. We all know about that. Behind the comet, in an epic tail that currently measures about 100,000 miles long, over a dozen Earth diameters in a row. So, when is this? I think this is the one that's coming late December. So it's someone, let's see. Solsum says one of the L team is projected to reach its closest approach to the sun in early December and to the Earth later in the month, after which it will continue on its way out of our cosmic neighborhood, taking what remains of its icy mystery with its distant stars beckon next. So, yeah, we'll be seeing it, hearing about this more next month. Yeah, we certainly will. And we've already covered just basically about the Texas chemical plant explosions. If you were here in the beginning, you saw some recorded live images. This is the last article, and this is just goes to show you the place we're at morally, if this is true in this country. And I don't, doubt that this could happen, even if it wasn't, because they're not for sure know whether this actually is or not. But anyways, this newborn baby offered for sale in a Miami Craigslist ad. Yeah, so state agents are trying to figure out who recently posted a Craigslist ad purporting to want to sell newborn child for $500. Baby is 2 weeks old. It sleeps, don't make noise at night. The ad read, formula and clothes will give it to you. Can give you the baby 4-year-old sister for free. Yeah, so come take the baby for $500 and take the 4-year-old sister too for free. Investigators are unsure whether the ad was a crude hoax or someone actually trying to sell a child online. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement launched the probe Friday, soon after the ad was posted to the popular classifieds website. The poster also claimed to live in a quiet, influential neighborhood and to work for the Department of Children and Families. Yeah, go figure, that one organization that just loves to come and take your children for, whatever reason they deem necessary. And sometimes you never see them again. Heard many stories about that. Well, here you go. Somebody trying to make extra money. Just sell the child. So anyways, it goes on. I don't want to be judged for not wanting these kids, the post read. Anyway, so Greta Plisinger declined to give specifics about the case. We do have an active investigation that started Friday, blah, blah, blah. She said the Florida Department of Children and Families did not respond to requests for comment on Monday. Craigslist also did not return a request for comment from the Miami Herald. The FDLE agents interviewed one woman they suspected might have been behind the post. So the Herald has learned, and she denied any involvement. Of course, you'd be in big trouble. You would think, well, maybe they'll allow something like that now, too. I mean, heck, they're already setting the foundations to make pedophilia legal by teaching all these children, in 4th to 6th grades, all about what degenerates, in my opinion. They're people, and love the person, but I really do not like the sin. It's just wrong in so many ways. It's just wrong. Period. The Bible states it. The Lord hates it. He hates all sin. So, any case, with that, everyone, that's it. Thanksgiving Eve. I am still going to work tomorrow. I'm going to go in for 4 hours. I'll get paid for 6. And so when I finally get my new position, if that happens, because the boss has not talked to me yet, but we got December. It's supposed to all happen in January, but we'll see. If I get that new position, I will have paid holidays off. In the meantime, I don't. I have to go work them. I don't have to work them, but I don't get paid for it, obviously. But, you know, it won't be used against me if I take it off. That's the thing. So, with that, everyone, God bless you all. Let's, you know, keep in contact with each other. Keep in contact with your family. Know where they are all times. Know or have numbers that you can call or get in touch with people. I mean, if the internet goes down, let's have phone numbers that we can call to make sure people are all right. I mean, we got to make sure that we have other avenues. What do we do before the phone and before everything else? What do we do? Send out smoke signals? You know, could send out riders. You know, what do they call that? The Pony Express. We probably have to do that again. Who knows? In the meantime, keep looking up, everyone. Maranatha. Godspeed and peace out.